What to do is some of the speaker. Yes, sir, your cleaning guide to cleaning business success. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel by hitting the subscribe button. Once again, as well, hit the bell notification. We drop videos every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. If you felt like if you felt at the end of the video like you got some value from this video, feel free and please like this video as well. Comment is below and add a comment. As you can see, I'm really tired, but I wanted to get an extra video for you guys real quick. I had something that was on my mind. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna try to get this video. It's not gonna be a long video, so don't worry. And the detail of this video is my school community as well. You join my school community where we talk about anything remote cleaning business as well. If you want to book a consultation, a one-on-one consultation, feel free to book a consultation with us, and that will be perfect. With us, I mean by me. But like I said, I wanted to get a quick video out to you guys. Like I said, this video is not going to be long, but this was something that was on my mind. So I wanted to get a video out to you guys, right? So for anybody that's starting a remote cleaning business or even a cleaning business within itself, right? One of the major things that we need to make sure that we have in our cleaning business is our checklist, right? And the checklist is going to be very, very important because the checklist clarifies what we'll actually be taking care of, right? What we'll actually be taking care of. But a lot of times we forget, like, what actually makes a good checklist? How do we create a checklist, right? And there are multiple ways to do it. People like create cleaning checklists with their brand. Some people just send a text, a message, right? There are multiple ways to do it, but what do we really need to have for our checklist? And that's what I want to talk about, right? Which is why I said today's video is not going to be long. I'm actually getting ready to go to bed, but I did want to make sure that I get this video out to you guys just in case. I didn't want to forget this. I didn't want to forget this topic. The 2 rules of having a good checklist. Like I said, this is going to be very straightforward, very simple. I got my cat right here in the back. He's listening as well. There are 2 rules to making sure that we have a good checklist. 2 rules. The first one I want to talk about is to be specific. Avoid vague instructions. Define the exact areas, right, which will prevent complaints. So when you're having a checklist, right, you don't want to just say, hey, a checklist is the bedroom, the bathroom, the kitchen, right? Even when you actually put that, you want to be very specific, very precise on what you'll be doing, right? If it's the bedroom, will you be dusting the fans? Will you be dusting the windowsills or wiping the windowsills? Will you be taking care of doorknobs? Will you be taking care of the doors, right? You want to be very precise in what you'll be doing. And the reason you want to do that because you want to prevent complaints, right? You want to prevent complaints because a lot of times if you're not precise with what's going on, many times you clean for a client and a client will tell you, well, I thought you were doing this and I thought you were doing that, right? And even when you start automating your business and you have like a virtual assistant start taking your sales calls, right? You want to be able to allow your virtual assistant to be able to answer the questions on, okay, what happens with this? Or what do they do for this? Or what do they do for this? Because if you find yourself just saying yes to everything just to get the sale, what you'll find is you'll be getting a lot of complaints because you'll give your subcontractor this checklist, right? And your subcontractor has these things that they need to do, but it's not aligning with what you told the customer. It doesn't align with what you told the customer. So we want to avoid this. We want to be specific, be precise on what we're actually doing. Do not be vague, right? Vague is like, hey, we're just wiping down. We'll just wipe down this area, right? But what area, right? What area will we be wiping down? Will you be getting the buildup in a certain area, right? And that will go into this right here. But before we go there, you want to be as precise as possible, right? We want to take away any room for vagueness so that we can avoid complaints at all costs. We want to be able to avoid complaints at all costs. So the first rule is to be specific, be precise, right? Define the exact areas. If it's going to be the bedroom, are we making the beds? Are we wiping down windowsills? Like I said, doors, baseboards, walls, whatever you choose to do. Be precise on the exact areas that we plan to touch when we're doing the cleaning in these certain rooms, right? In these certain spaces. So you want to be specific as possible. The second one is to separate by service type. This is a big thing. Whenever you're offering cleaning, understand that the standard cleaner is not going to be the same cost as the deep cleaner. The deep cleaner is not going to be the same cost as the move-out cleaner, and the move-out cleaner is not going to be the same cost as the other two, right? And so when that is the case, you want to make sure that you have your checklist because your checklist will help. I want to say your checklist will help back up why the pricing, why the pricing is what it is, right? If I say I'm doing a move out cleaning for 500 but a deep cleaning for 300, the move out cleaning and the deep cleaning should not be the same checklist. They shouldn't be the same checklist because it doesn't help validate the reason that you're pricing your service at this price. Now, don't get me wrong. It is your business. It's your choice on the price. You choose and what you want to move forward with. But if you actually want to close a good amount of clients, as we're bringing in clients, especially when you're paying for paid advertisement, you want to make sure that the checklist is defined by the type of cleaning. The checklist is defined by the type of cleaning. You never want to use one checklist for everything. That is a rookie mistake. I don't even know if that's a rookie mistake. That might just be a flat out mistake completely. You never want to use one checklist for everything, right? And so when we have these different tiers of cleaning, standard, deep, and move out clean, the checklist needs to reflect the different tiers. The checklist needs to reflect the different tiers. You never want to use one checklist for everything. Now, many people may say, well, this is something that everybody should know, but we start to realize that common sense sometimes isn't so common, and that's okay. That's why I'm making these videos. That's why, even though I should be sleeping right now, I'm trying to give you guys this game. I'm trying to make these videos because the truth is, not everybody is going to know these things, right? Not everybody is going to know these things, and that's okay. That's why we make these videos. That's why, and I should have said in the beginning of this video, if you are new to this channel, or let's say that you're starting to watch the videos, make sure that you watch all the videos, right? Make sure that you watch all the videos. Sometimes I come across people that do consultations. They have so many questions, and it's not that I don't want to do the consultation, but it's like all the answers to your questions have already been in a video. All the answers to your questions have already been in the video. With that being said, obviously I still do free consultations because I think it's still worth doing free consultations. But nonetheless, watch all the videos. Watch all the videos, right? And so I say that to say that regardless, I'm going to continue making videos on things that people may find common and people may think make sense and that, people may think people should know. And I'm going to still make videos on things that you guys may not know, right? Because I still want to give as much value as possible. So as we get to the end of this video, I put this sentence here. Your checklist is your quality control system. If you don't have one, you don't have a business, you have hope. If you don't have a checklist and you think that a customer is not going to complain because what they thought doesn't align with what the cleaners actually did, you're in for a wake-up call. You are in for a wake-up call. That is hope. You're hoping that everything is going to go right. But in business, what we do is obviously we hope that things are going to go right, but we plan for things to go right. We set up systems. This is important right here. We set up systems for things to go right. I'm going to highlight this because this is important. We set up systems for things to go right. So when by having a checklist is having a quality control system. So if something goes wrong, let's say, hey, a client says, hey, I thought you guys were doing this, and this. You have the checklist there, right? You have the checklist there to use. So I want you to actually be making sure that you're creating a checklist, making sure that you're creating multiple checklists for different services, right? And making sure that you send them out, right? I'm going to give you 2 bonus tips for everybody that stayed to the end of the video. 2 bonus tips. The first bonus tip is whenever you are doing a cleaning and you book an appointment, you should make it part of your flow, your automation, to send over the checklist before the cleaning even starts. If you can send it over days before, even better. That's what you should do. That's my first bonus tip for you, right? I'm going to actually add that here. I'm going to need to move this mic a little bit. I'm going to add that here for you guys. Bonus tip number 1. Bonus tip number 1. Well, actually, I want to cut this down to size. Bonus tip number 1: send the checklist. We're gonna say send the checklist right after. Right after the client has booked. This right here will prevent a lot of complaints because they would have already gotten the checklist and know exactly what to expect. They would have gotten the checklist and know exactly what to expect. I'm going to move that. We're going to line that right over here. right? So bonus tip number one, send the checklist the minute the client books so they have a clear understanding of what exactly is getting done. Now I want to make another one. This is the bonus checklist number two for anybody, or bonus tip. I said bonus checklist. A bonus checklist. I must be hungry. A bonus checklist. Bonus tip number two. You can change your checklist depending on the complaints you get. Now, this is not mandatory, right? You don't have to do this. I'm actually going to move this to the side. You know what? I'm going to put this right under. Now, you don't have to do this, right? I'm not saying for every complaint, change the checklist. Every time you get a complaint, change the checklist. But if you do get a complaint that you feel like is valid, like, okay, you know what? I didn't think about this. Edit the checklist, right? So that you can avoid these complaints again. Remember, this is your business. You can make edits however you feel, right? You can make changes whenever you feel like changes need to be made. So that would be the bonus tip number two, right? Change your checklist depending on depending on the complaints that you get. I want to add, make it similar, depending on the complaints that you get. And bonus tip number one, which is a really, really good bonus tip, send the checklist right after the client has booked so there's a clear understanding even before the cleaners get there on what is going on. So with that being said, you got this right here, guys. You guys can actually go back in the video, pause, take a picture, use that however you like. Once again, I want to appreciate you guys for watching this video. If you got value from the video, feel free to like the video, comment below, and I'll interact with the comments as well. I'll definitely reply as soon as I can. Once again, if you are new to this channel, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification. We drop videos every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Once again as well, in the details of the video, you can book a one-on-one consultation or join our free community as well, or you can do both. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.